It's that time of the year again, iPhone 6 months later, and we're going to be talking about the iPhone 15 Pro Max 6 months later, answering the question, should you upgrade to this device or should you wait until September when the iPhone 16 series is going to be unveiled? And in doing so, I'm going to share with you guys my thoughts and my experience of using this device, from design to the software performance to the camera to the battery life, and also just the general availability, what I think about the pricing and how it affects the decision of someone picking up an iPhone. So let's start things off with this design with iPhone 15 Pro Max. I was going to say iPhone 15 mini, that would have been pretty cool, but 15 Pro Max. This titanium build, how has it held up in the past 6 months? Well, I've been using a case. This one is from ESR, and it's like a clear case, but also has like it's clear blue, so it goes really well with my blue titanium. But I haven't gotten really any scratches or scuffs on the titanium. Definitely feels lighter than its predecessor, and I do appreciate that. But when I do use this case, sometimes I can notice my fingerprints on this blue titanium color. So I'm speaking on behalf of the experience of using this specific color. If you have a space gray and you use it caseless, I don't know if you'll notice it, but here and there, like if you show, like right here, I will notice some fingerprints. So that can get annoying, especially if you like to use your phone caseless. I do, but I spent a lot of money on this, so I don't want to use it caseless, although I would pretty much prefer it. I'm really happy that USB-C is finally here, because now I can carry, actually, if I bring my AirPods Max, I still have to carry Lightning. But other than that, I carry USB-C. I can charge my iPad mini. I can charge my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I can charge my headphones, like my OnePlus Buds 2. I can charge those. I think they're OnePlus Buds Pro 2. I think that's exactly what they were called. So I can charge all my devices and my MacBook Air with just one cable. So I like that. And that has been a blessing the past 6 months, by having one cable for all my devices. And I just love how this blue titanium looks. It does remind me of the blue, like the navy blue, I forgot the exact naming Apple called it, with the 12 series, with the 12 Pro and 12 Pro Max. But I think you'll like it. Although I would still recommend going to your local Apple store or your Best Buy or Carrier store to check out the colors and see which one you like best. Overall, this design has held up very well in the past 6 months. And if you use it carefully, then you won't have any issues with this overall. And that's going to bring me into the software and the performance. In the past 6 months, iOS 17, for me at least, has been essentially like bug-ish free. Like I haven't noticed any bugs off the top of my head. Like maybe there probably has in the past 6 months, like something that just happened real quick or froze and I've forgotten about it, I'll be honest with you. But in my day-to-day use, I can't recall having any issues with iOS 17 in general. Sometimes there are software builds that aren't the greatest and they're a little bit buggy. This has been particularly well. In my case, at least, some may have different experiences, but for me, it's been fairly good. A17 hasn't hiccuped at all, the A17 Pro chip with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So if performance is a huge thing for you, like you won't have any worries 6 months into it, a year later, you're still gonna have buttery, smooth performance with the A17 Pro on the 15 Pro Max. Day-to-day use for me, again, extremely smooth, no issues whatsoever. So I can easily recommend this device for its performance and for its software. And software, you're getting years of software updates. They're coming from Apple from day one. Whenever they release it, it's coming day one directly to your iPhone. So that's a huge, huge plus. I'm anticipating a huge design overhaul with iOS 18, and I will be making videos of iOS 18 when that does come out on devices like the 15 Pro Max, the iPhone 13 mini, iPhone SE 3rd generation, and whatnot. So definitely be sure to stay tuned. And also definitely check out my wallpaper pack if you do want to take a look at it. It's called Urban Glow. It's my favorite wallpaper pack yet. I'm super excited about it. I've been using it for the past couple weeks. Again, links in the description down below. Now, one of the most important things about a phone for many is going to be the camera and the camera quality. And I'll put it this way. In the 6 months, literally no issues. Again, I just pull this out, take a quick photo, or take videos for this channel. Like I am using the 15 Pro Max to make videos like this, excluding this one, obviously, since I'm using this to showcase as it's the main character of this phone, or of this video. This phone is the main character of this video, but every other video that I record essentially is with an iPhone 15 Pro Max. That says a lot. And I can easily recommend it for those who want good photo quality and very good video quality. This is going to be that device for you. And if you have an iPhone and you want to start making content, this is the perfect device to get started with. How has it held up in the past 6 months since day one to now? Flawless. I'll put it that way. It's been flawless. I can just, whenever I need to take a photo or video, I know that I can rely on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That's how it is. I didn't go into details about like the wide and the ultra wide and the telephoto lens, and it has like 5x and whatnot. Yes, those are there. Those are present. And we got numbers like 40 megapixel cameras and whatnot. But it's the general day-to-day use. How is it held up? If you're going to use this to take lots of photos with friends and family, or when you go on vacation trips like that, just to take a photo or video of the moment and leave it as a good memory, this is going to be that device. Or if you want to use it to make content, which I do, I can 100%, 200% recommend this device. So camera is a huge plus. 6 months later, a year later, probably even 2-3 years later, it's still going to perform like a champ, especially if you're going to use this long term. Heading over into the battery life, this is a little bit controversial. So it's been much better after I've gotten some updates with the initial launch. There was this overheating thing when it first came out. And I've said in my videos before, I've experienced the overheating once with a FaceTime call. After that, I have no issues whatsoever. Battery with software builds and software updates here and there, battery life has been pretty good. It's not as great as the 13 Pro Max when that first came out. That was the best iPhone battery I've ever used. But I'm getting, at a heavy usage, 6-ish, 7 hours of screen on time with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Absolutely good for the most part. So if you just need to use this for the day and then you have a wireless charger at home or a wireless charger in the car, whatever it may be, you're perfectly fine. If you're going on a long road trip and you won't be near a charger, I would 100% recommend picking up a battery bank. And I actually have one which is charging. I believe this is the Anchor. I think it was a 621. I'll be leaving the exact link in the description down below. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. It's really thin. It feels as thin as a wallet, and it's just like an on-the-go type of accessory that I bring with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And I can also use it with my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra USB-C. It's MagSafe, so I just go on that. And there you go. I should be charging. Let's go ahead and there we go. It's already charging. It's MagSafe. You're all set to go. But I would recommend picking this up, especially if you go on a road trip. And I also do have a couple of other chargers and portable chargers that I do bring with me when I go on longer road trips or just like vacation or whatnot. I'm not near a charger. So the battery life is good. Charging speeds, not that good. Longevity, it's not the best phone out there, but it's still pretty good. So it really does come down to usage. Heavy user like me, yeah, bring a power bank or like a portable charger, MagSafe, or if you're near charged every day, that's awesome. If not, light user, it's gonna last you all day since this is the larger of the two, larger than the 15 Pro. Let's end off with the availability, the pricing. So obviously when I first picked this up, the availability was it was pushed out to weeks when you pre-order. Yeah, if you did pre-order late, you're gonna pick up weeks, maybe even months later, but now it's readily available almost everywhere you go. If you check Apple's website, probably have a lot in stock at your local Apple store, or even your carriers. So that's good. The thing is, the base model here, 256 gigs for $11.99. They got rid of the 128 gigs base for $10.99. That's no more. So essentially, they didn't really raise the price. They just made the base $11.99, if you know what I mean. They just got rid of the 128 gigs and $10.99 pricing. So the base is now $11.99 for 256 gigs, which is what you would have paid if you got 14 Pro Max at 256 gigs, $11.99. That's a lot of money though. It really is. Granted, I traded my iPhone 14 Pro Max and I did get like $600-700 off, or you can go ahead and sell this before you pick up the newer model and probably sell it at a higher price, who knows. It is expensive, and that's a determining factor for a lot of consumers. But I still think it's going to be worth it for what you're getting, especially if you're going to be using this for making content, for cameras, for really good just software and performance experience. This is good and it's reliable. The iPhone 15 Pro, or just iPhones in general, they are reliable from what I have noticed. So my final thoughts, 6 months later, after I talked good about this device, should you upgrade or should you pick up, or should you, well, the same thing. Should you upgrade or should you wait for the iPhone 16 series, specifically like the 16 Pro Max? Like let's say you are looking at the Pro Max lineup. Should you pick up the 15 Pro Max or the 16 Pro Max? Leaks and rumors are indicating we're not getting a drastic change in design. Obviously some refinements, but it's not that drastic of a change. I would say go ahead, pick up the iPhone 15 Pro Max. There's no need to wait for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, especially if like iPhone 13 or 14. I don't really see a need, well, with those two devices, I don't really see a need to upgrade. But if you upgrade, and I have some friends who upgrade from the iPhone 12 Pro to the 15 Pro Max and the 15 Pro, it's a substantial upgrade. They're really happy with it and they don't want to wait. And I told, it's best not to wait. I wouldn't wait on the future of future software updates or future devices, because the thing is, devices are going to release every single year. Yeah, if we were in August making this video, then I would say, hey, wait a couple weeks, because you're going to have buyer's remorse. Like, you are going to pick up the new 15 Pro Max, and then a couple weeks later, you're going to get the 16 Pro Max is going to be unveiled, and you're not going to be able to like return it or whatnot. So if it was that point in time, I would say otherwise. But still, right now, 6 months later, I would still recommend picking up the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel a lot. Will help push my content out to more people. Anyway, it's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.